Page 132, Barcarolle, a very famous melody from an opera. It's a lead sheet. They give us the melody and the chords, and we get to make up the accompaniment. So I'll go through that process that I use for this kind of thing. Let's see what we get. First thing I need to do is learn this melody well. So I see it's in the key of what? C major? Probably. There's no sharps or flats. I'm guessing it's C major, A minor, but C major probably. Do the chords for both. C major and A minor in the arpeggios. Yeah, just do it on 6/8 time. We're starting here. Let's just get the melody. 1, 2, 3. Not bad, I hope. A measure 8, you're here, and then measure 9, they want it here. And that's okay because you're repeating that note. You can change on it. So here, and then we want to connect the top note here. That's the melody. The thumb's going to do the other note. So it's and I would challenge you here. This is good practice, and you need to learn to do this. Going in measure 9, going from the first notes to the second. Connect this, even though you can't connect that. You lift up here, but hold that down and go. And down. It's weird, but you really need to be able to do this. So you're getting it at measure 9 here. And you're getting it again then on what, measure 11, you're back down here. And then for measure 13, we're back down here. Okay, so that's the melody. Then I go through and see that I have all the chords. I want to make sure I know what they are. So we have the C, and I'm going to stay in a close position. I'm not going to be moving around here. So I'm going to have to use inversions. So we have the C chord, it's the primary chords. It's the, then the G7 is the 5/7 here, and then C, second line same thing, third line same thing, fourth line same thing. Well, isn't that handy? We're just using 2 chords. Okay. So then I want to hear it all, the melody and the harmony. So I do that. Make sure I can hear it. I want to know what it sounds like. Then I can go play around with the chords. Change the rhythm, change whatever. Try different patterns. Well, there's 6/8 time. You can do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Try that. That pattern. I can do the chuck. That's the pattern they're suggesting on page 133. It's a possibility. If I use the extended position here rather than this, if I extend out to the octave, similar to what we're doing in the arpeggios, and I use that, I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It works out that way. You experiment with the sound, and sometimes you'll run across stuff you really like, and most of the time you'll run across stuff, I don't want that. You play around with it. How about the chuck? Harmonically it works fine. It's out of character for the piece, so I wouldn't recommend it. This is a very smooth connected piece, or should be. Your interpretation may not be, but typically it is a smooth connected piece. As far as the dynamics and all that, feel that. Just whatever you're doing in the left hand, keep it in the background. We will sort of soft, and then measure 9. You have the swell. Here. Somewhere in there. Keep in mind on the hairpins in the third line, they don't always put them exactly where they go, and they're not always the right length. You let the music tell you what you're doing. I mean, this has a natural swell in it because you're going up. that, and you can follow that sort of. I mean, you don't have to follow it exactly, because when I get high, I can stay there for a little bit and then come down. Yeah, it's interpretation. You notice that the third line is repeated. So that's surrounded by repeat signs. So you can play that third line twice. So this is actually one line longer than it looks. Now for the pedal would be nice because we want the overtones and we'd like to connect the repeated notes, and we want it all smooth and connected. And it's going to be overlapping pedal, and you basically change the pedal when you change the harmony, except we don't want to mess up the melody. We don't want it to get too blurry. So if I change the pedal only when I'm changing the harmony, that would be at each measure. Just change the pedal at each measure, I get this. Using the rhythm they're showing on page 133. That's basically what we're doing here. Now, the third line would be that. That's how that sounds. That's a nice effect. However, the melody gets a little blurry, and that's why they're suggesting pedaling it, changing the pedal every 3 beats here. That cleans out the melody very nicely. So yeah, I would agree with this pedaling on this. So to do the whole thing. That gets a little repetitive in the left hand when you're constantly doing that throughout. So maybe you can change this up a little bit. So you're not doing the same pattern in the left hand throughout the whole thing. Change it up. Maybe you start that way at the beginning to get it going. But maybe you switch it up. Experiment around with the different patterns available that you like and have fun with it. I'm not doing a play with me on this because you can do about anything you want in the left hand. Let me know if you have any questions.